Hello, hello, and welcome to this video. In this video, we will start with the JSON functions and operators or JSON function and operators. Let me get rid of this outline. So it has been some days since I recorded a video on PostgreSQL. Sorry about that. I try to be regular, but always something comes up. So without further ado, let's get started and note that once we finish the theory of JSON, there will be practical, that is, I will give a comprehensive example. So it is quite a bit of documentation, 33 pages in all. So it will take a while to finish this, perhaps 4 or 5 videos, maybe more. 33 pages. So roughly 7, 8 videos will be required. Now we start this section, read through. This section describes functions and operators for processing and creating JSON data. The SQL JSON path language, the SQL JSON query functions. To provide native support for JSON data types within SQL environment, PostgreSQL implements the SQL JSON data model. This model comprises sequences of items. Each item can hold SQL scalar values with an additional SQL JSON null value and composite data structures that use JSON arrays and objects. This model is a formalization of the implied data model in the JSON specification RFC 7159. SQL or JSON allows you to handle JSON data alongside regular SQL data with transaction support, including uploading JSON data into the database and storing it in regular SQL columns as character or binary strings. Generating JSON objects and arrays from relational data. Querying JSON data using SQL JSON query functions and SQL JSON language expressions. To learn more about the SQL JSON standard, see this link. If you click this link, you will be taken to page 3098. Let's go there, and this is where the specification is there. Technical report part 6. Okay. Now we go back to our place. For details on JSON type supported in PostgreSQL, see section 8.14. We have already seen section 8.14. So if you are new to the channel, then I would request that you go and watch the playlist where we have discussed the JSON type and JSONB types in detail when we covered section 8.14. Now, section 9.16.1 is about processing and creating JSON data. Table 9.47 shows the operators that are available for the use with JSON data types. In addition, the usual comparison operators shown in table 9.1 are available for JSONB, though not for JSON. The comparison operators allow the ordering rules for B3 operations outlined in section 8.14.4. See also section 9.21 for the aggregate function JSON underscore AGG, which aggregates record values as JSON, the aggregation function JSON object AGG, which aggregates pairs of values into a JSON object, and the JSONB equivalents, JSONB AGG and JSONB object underscore AGG. So first operator is this arrow operator, which extracts nth element of the JSON array. Array elements are indexed from 0, but negative integers count from the end. So if this is the JSON and you want to extract the second element, that is third one, because it is 0 based indexing. So we take this and it will give us this C badge stuff. Okay. And okay, select. Okay. And then if you do -3, then it will give you a foo as shown in the example. Okay. This will be a second example which I gave you. Now we have extraction of JSON object field with the given key. So the same thing we could do here. We can say A, okay, within quotes, of course. So we didn't get anything because at the outer level there is no such key. So let's take this example and we do select this. And at the outer level, we have A. So we got A. This is a JSON array. So at outer level, there was no key. That's why we didn't get. But here in the JSON, we have at outer level key A, which gave us B2 as the value. Then we have double arrow minus double rectangular bracket extracts another element of a JSON array as text. So if you extract the element here, sorry, select and you paste it. So this we could possibly apply on this one as well. So it selects the third element as the text. Here it selected 3. Same for JSON build. Then we have hash rectangular bracket, and that is an array. Extracts JSON sub-object at the specified path, where path elements can be either field keys or array indexes. So here the field keys are A, B, and 1. So first it selects key A, then selects B, and then it selects foo. Oh, sorry, bar, because it is zero-based index. So let's see this example as well. Select. Okay. So we got bar. Then we have hash rectangular bracket, which gives a text array. Extracts JSON sub-object at the specified path as text. So similarly, we have got bar here. Now, the field element path extraction operators return null rather than failing if the JSON input does not have the right structure to match the request. For example, if no such key or array element exists. Some further operators exist only for JSONB as shown in table 9.48. Section 8.14.4 describes how these operators can be used to effectively search index JSONB data, which we have already seen in great detail. So first operator is at the rate rectangular bracket on JSONB. Does the first JSON value contain the second? So this is our JSON value input on one side, and does it contain B2? The answer is yes. So let's see this in example. Select and then we paste it. Okay, why did this come? Select. Okay, looks good. We don't need this, and that is true. Similarly, we have less than at the rate. Both sides we will have JSONB operators. Is the first JSON value contained in the second? The answer is again true. JSONB question mark text gives a boolean. Does the text string exist as a top level key or array element within the JSON value? So here B is taken and it exists in both cases as a first level key element or an array element. So both return true here in this case. Then we have question mark or gate. Do any of the strings in the text array exist as top level keys or array elements? So if you want to match multiple, then you can use this. So we have array B and D, which exist as top level keys in left hand side. So the answer is true. Then we have question mark ampersand. Left side would be JSONB, right side would be text array, and the result is boolean. So in all the cases, this describes the query and this describes the return value. So all these are boolean. Over here it gives you a text JSON, JSONB. So accordingly you see that the last element in the monospace or Courier font that is your return value. Okay. So we were here. Do all of the strings in the text array exist as top level keys or array elements? So our array elements are A and B, which exist as array keys at the top level. Then we have JSONB or wait. JSON-B returns a JSON-B. So it concatenates two JSON-B values, just like you can concatenate two strings in SQL normally. Concatenating two arrays generate an array containing all the elements of each input. Concatenating two objects generates an object containing the union of their keys, taking the second object's value when there are duplicate keys. All other cases are treated by converting a non-array input into a single element array and then proceeding as for two arrays. Does not operate recursively, only the top level array or object structure is merged. So for example, we have AB, an array here, and AD is what we want to merge. So it will return ABAD. ABCD will give us ABCD. 1, 2, 3 will give us 1, 2, 3. So this is converted to one element array. Then we have AB42, which will become AB, 42. Result will be an array. So this will be treated as one element array. This will be treated as one element array. To append an array to another array as a single entry, you wrap it in an additional layer of arrays. For example, 1 to JSON-B is there, which is an array, and we build array again with 3, 4 JSON-B build array, and then it becomes 1, 2, and inside that array is nested as a single element. Then we have JSON-B minus text deletes a key and its value from a JSON object or matching string values from a JSON array. So the result type is also JSON-B. So ABCD is here and we subtract A. So A, B both will be subtracted because B is the value. Okay. So let's see this for example. So we say select, and there we have. Now JSON minus text array deletes all matching keys or array elements from the left operand. So we subtract AC. So keys and values related to keys A and C will be removed and we will get empty JSON-B object. JSON-B minus integer deletes the array element with the specified syntax. Negative integer sound from the end shows an error if JSON value is not an array. So here we are subtracting position 1, that is this element B, and that then A will remain. Then we have JSON-B hash minus text array. Deletes the field or array element at the specified path, where path elements can be either field keys or array indexes. So one is the array index. So we are concerned with this element, and B is the key we are looking for. So B is removed, and we are left with A and empty object over here. Then we have JSON-B at the rate question mark JSON path returns a boolean. Thus, JSON path return any item for the specified JSON value. This is useful only with SQL standard JSON path expression, not predicate expressions, since those always return a value. So here we are looking for anything at the end, okay, dot A star, and we are comparing it with, at the rate question mark, and we are comparing if it is greater than 2 or not. Okay, so if you count this, if you match this, let me try to explain it in a better way. So this is JSON path. If you look for an array and anything inside the brackets, okay, and will that match greater than we see, we just saw greater than, so it is a regular operator. Okay, it is a regular operator. If you want to see what it contains, regular operator, let me show you. Yeah, so this should be, I'll not go and search, it will be a waste of time searching it. Let me try to explain it from memory. Okay. I may be wrong in this explanation though, because I don't remember everything. So what it is trying to do is the JSON path is just path. Okay. And this is also a JSON. This is not a JSON path. All right. So question mark, I don't remember actually. I will come to this. Relying on memory is not good thing. I'll come back to this. I'll explain this particular query in the next video. Then we have at the rate JSON path. Return the result of a JSON path predicate check for specified JSON value. This is useful only if predicate check expression, not a skill. So it's same thing. So here we check if the number of elements are greater than 2 or not. So that is what we are going to get. The JSON path operators at that question mark and at that suppress the following errors. Missing object field or array element, unexpected JSON item type, determine date time and numeric errors. The JSON path related function described below can also be told to suppress these types of errors. This behavior might be helpful when searching JSON document collections of varying structure, that is unstructured data. Table 9.49 shows the functions that are available for constructing JSON and JSONB values. Some functions in this table have a returning clause which specifies the data type returned. It must be one of JSON, JSONB, byte array, a character string type, text char varchar, or a type that can be cast to JSON. By default, the JSON type is returned. So we have two JSON, any element, or two JSONB to an element. One returns gives us JSON, another gives us JSONB. Converts any SQL value to JSON or JSONB. Arrays and composites are converted recursively to arrays and objects. Multi-dimensional arrays become arrays in JSON. Otherwise, if there is a cast from SQL data type to JSON, the cast function will be used to perform the conversion. Otherwise, a scalar JSON value is produced for any scalar other than number, a boolean, or a null value. The text representation will be used with escaping as necessary to make it a valid JSON string value. So here we have Fred said hi. That is what we want to convert to JSON. So this is a text value and it is converted to Fred said, and the double quotes will escape in JSON. So it escapes double quotes. And JSONB, we have the row 42, comma, Fred said hi, text, and it is converted as F142, F2, Fred said hi. So these are generated automatically from the function. Let's see this an example. Select and we paste this. No, this is not the correct. Control C, Control Shift V. Okay. So that's what was the output in the manual. Then we have array to JSON, takes any array or optionally a Boolean array and gives us back a JSON. Converts an SQL array to a JSON array. The behavior is the same as to_JSON, except that line feeds will be added between top level array elements if the optional Boolean parameter is true. So it's not an array, it's an optional Boolean. I was wrong. I forgot that brackets tell you optional argument. That is the classic Unix convention. So we select it again and we paste it again. I don't know where this extra stuff is coming from. So we have that array. So this extra stuff comes from basically some hidden character in the PDF, I believe. Then we have JSON array and JSON array here. One should be JSONB. Oh, both are two different things. Okay. So we will read the description first and then we will look at the example. Constructs a JSON array from either a series of value expressions. So this value expression is of SQL, which must be a select query returning a single column. So it should return a single column. If absent or null value is specified, this could be absent or null. So absent and null are specified. Null values are ignored. This is always the case if a query expression is used. So here instead of format, we use a query expression. Okay. So we take this and we see what is the output. So in this case, we do not mark absent or null. Okay. We have a value expression in JSON format, null and absent were not given. Returning and all that is not important because it's not a query. So now we look at the second one, JSON array. Now we select values. Okay. And this time T is given, which is true for null and absent. Okay. So let me select this and paste this. Select and paste this. Now, if this is absent or null is specified, null values are ignored. So if we give it a null value, so we give it a null value and it is ignored. But if we make it false, let's say, even then it is ignored. Okay. When specified, it is ignored. Okay. No, still it doesn't come. All right. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. We'll see. Let me try this. It shouldn't work. Yeah, it didn't work. Earlier it was correct. Okay. So I'll come back to this on this null and absent one. Then we have row to JSON, which takes a record, that is, which is a row and optionally a boolean. Converts an SQL composite value to a JSON object. The behavior is same as to JSON except that line fields will be added between the top level elements if the optional boolean parameter is true. So depending on the row, it will give you the not depending on the row, depending on the boolean argument, it will add top level elements if the optional boolean parameter, that is, this boolean parameter is true. So this row to JSON, it specifies a row like previous one. We have given F1 and F2 as the field names. Then we have JSON build array, variadic any. It can return JSON or JSON both. Builds a possibly heterogeneously typed JSON array out of a variadic argument list. Each argument is converted as per to JSON or JSON. So 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 5 becomes an array here. Then we have JSON build object variadic any, just like array, but this time it creates a key value pair. So to build the object, we have foo is one key and value is one. So by convention, the argument list consisting of alternating keys and values. So foo will be key, one will be value. Key arguments are coerced to text, value arguments are converted as per to JSON or to JSON. Then we have 2 and then this 3 and bar will come as object of 2. So it will become field 1, 3, field 2, bar. Then we have JSON object. The arguments are similar to JSON array or JSON to JSON array format. Similarly, we have JSON object. Constructs a JSON object of all the key value pairs given or an empty object if none are given. Key expression is a scalar expression defining the JSON key, which is converted to the text type. It cannot be null, nor can it belong to a type that has the class to the JSON type. If with unique keys is specified, there must not be any duplicate key expression. Any pair for which the value expression evaluates null is omitted from the output. If absent or null is specified, if null or null is specified, or the clause is omitted, the key is included with the value null. So we have this JSON object code value P1 to 3 and then title Jews. So it is converted to code P1 to 3 title Jews. So I think I'll stop here because there is quite a bit of information we have to go through. So let's take it slow and in the next video we'll resume from here. Okay. So I hope that you're enjoying this read through and finding it useful and informative for expanding your knowledge of PostgreSQL. So I thank you for watching the video, and let me show you my website. This is kundika.ashtabak.org. You can come here, make a login, and ask me questions related to PostgreSQL. You can use the tag SQL for asking questions. You need to make a login to ask questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer your query. So once again, thanks a lot for watching the value. Keep learning, stay curious, and most importantly, enjoy.